I'm at work right now, and my students are taking a break, and I just wanted to explain my reasoning behind why I think my average, boring, good job is the job to keep right now while I'm trying to save money and buy houses. I don't make a ton of money. I don't have a PhD. I don't have my own business. At the same time, my job makes a good amount of money. I make 2 checks a month. Each check is $1,700. That's net after taxes and everything like that. And then after I pay all my bills, and I pay for my $400 of rent and my $120 worth of gas, maybe $200 worth of food a month, then I'm left over with about 60% of that is, no, dang it. What did I say before? Well, I save a lot of it. So anyway, this job is enough. And a lot of people, they say, why don't you become a real estate agent? A salesperson, a real estate salesperson, which I am taking the test for that, and I actually have learned a lot of interesting things that I didn't know before. But, the people who are outside of my job, I work with the city buses. It doesn't look very sexy. Actually, it's a lot of fun. But anyway, the people who are outside of this job, they say, why don't you do this romantic thing? Why don't you help people buy and sell houses? Why don't you just quit your job right now and go overseas right now? But what they don't understand is this job, the banks love this job. This job just keeps pumping out money, keeps pumping out money. It's not the hardest job in the world. Hey, I also get to work on my public speaking. I get to speak with my students every class. I'm always speaking in front of people. This job can pay for my flying. It can pay for any little side activities I want to do. So for now, this job is good enough. And the way I've calculated it, it's better for me to stick with this job slow and steady than try to stop, go a month or two without pay, and do something spectacular, try to make it big doing some other side business. So you might want to consider that before you quit your job completely to become a full-time real estate investor. If your job is okay, keep your job and keep it as long as possible, because the banks are going to love that, and they're going to love loaning money to you. And sometimes I feel a little frustrated because I'm not making progress as much as I want, but every month, 2 times a month, sometimes 3 times a month, that check just keeps coming in. Also, I have health insurance and things like that too, so just something to consider. You don't want to quit your job so quickly. And also remember that once you have a job, it's easier to get other jobs. You could have your job and start to look for another job, but don't just quit your job. I've done that before, where I used to quit jobs and then I'd find another one. Don't do that. And also, just as a side note, you might want to consider jobs that most people don't think of as being jobs. I'm in transportation. Transportation is only going to keep growing. Everyone needs to ride buses, airplanes, trains. Even if those industries are losing money, you still have to have those things for society. Trash truck drivers, things like that, teaching. Jobs that you think would be pretty boring are actually pretty good for providing steady income. And just take that money and I would say between 2 to 5 years you should be able to retire yourself. If I keep working at this job, I really want to leave early. I'd like to be a little bit more free and travel. If I leave in a year, I've already worked here 3 years. If I leave in a year, I'll be fine. I'm doing pretty good. Imagine if I just worked at this job for 5, 7, 10 years. Done. Game over. I'd have 10, 15 houses if I wanted to. You would just kill it. So just go out there, find yourself an average job. It might not be, look around you. It might be a job that you don't even realize. A gas company, Edison. I have a friend who works for the gas company. Makes like maybe over exaggerating, but like $40 an hour or something like that. It's just little jobs that people don't think of. And just buy your one little house, and then your next house, and your next house, and your next house. And you can't lose. It's just a matter of time before you're successful. Have a good day.